Come here. This might be the best kept secret in dentistry. Do you currently have an iTero? Or maybe you're in the market for one or some other scanner? So we sell several different brands of scanners, all with pros and cons. I'm just saying you should understand what's in this video as part of your thought process because it could impact you now or down the road with what you actually want to do with your scanner. Let's do it. What's happening, everyone? Phil with Voxel Dental here, and we are about to do a deeper dive into the iTero Design Suite software. What is the iTero Design Suite, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you, and after explaining some details about the Design Suite software, I'm going to jump into the software and show you a few applications. But first, what is the iTero Design Suite? So, the Design Suite is an integrated yet smaller version of exocad that's just sitting there in your iTero software and waiting for you to use it for free. So maybe you didn't know, but Align Technologies owns exocad. This allowed them to add their design software right into the iTero software and the workflow to make things super simple for you. Now, what can you design in the Design Suite software? So before I explain that, I want you to first step away from the iTero software for a second, and let me briefly explain how exocad normally functions. With the normal version of exocad, which Voxel Dental is a distributor for, it has a core license, which is needed to get you started. Everything else is modular, and you can add more modules as your applications grow. So that core license includes the designing of crowns, inlays, onlays, night guards, veneers, digital wax-ups, and more. The core version is right around $6,000, a little less, for what they call the perpetual license. Or you can do more of a subscription model called the Flex license. Now, back into the iTero Design Suite software, that software is very similar to the core version of exocad that I just described. In the iTero Design Suite, you can design crowns, inlays, onlays, night guards, smile mock-ups, and it even has a virtual articulator in the software. Again, it's very similar to the core version of exocad, but not exactly the same, and it is for free for you. The iTero Design Suite is that missing link. So whether you're printing these designs on the Sprint Ray Midas in 7 to 8 minutes with high ceramic content-based resins, or milling on the perfect Ovis in 13 to 15 minutes with pre-sintered zirconia that doesn't require an oven, either way, you have an excellent scanner with built-in design software to help you stay current and modern, control your designs, be more profitable, and offer amazing and aesthetic options and services to your patients. All right? So let's jump into the software. So first of all, how do we get our scans from the iTero? If you visualize the iTero cart or the mobile system, how do we get those scans to my computer so I can design? Because you're not going to be designing on the actual iTero itself or the cart itself. You're going to send those scans so you can design on a laptop or desktop computer. So what you first do is, instead of sending that case to a lab from the drop-down list, you send it to myitero.com. And you can see here, I'm logged into myitero.com. So once you take your scan, you send it to myitero.com, you can go to any computer and then log on to your account, and then you're going to have access to those cases to then design. So I would go to orders, and here's all the recent cases that I've submitted to labs. So I'm going to choose this first one and then just select iTero Design Suite. So that takes us to this first page where you can see your scan and manipulate it. And then in addition to that, if you had a 3D printer, you could install the software so you have more of an integrated solution. But for now, I'm just going to hit design. So that launches our design software. You can see powered by exocad. This looks and feels, for the most part, exactly like exocad. Keep in mind, this is going to be a high-level overview of the software and some of the features. This is not going to be a full-blown tutorial on how to do this stuff. So first thing you're going to see on the left-hand side is a wizard. And it really just walks you through the workflow. And the first step of that is going to be to mark our margin. If you had a very clear margin, super gingival, you could select the detect feature and you would just select a few spots around your margin and then it would automatically snap and find the rest of it nice and simply. Now, if you had a margin that wasn't extremely clear, instead of using the detect feature, you can just select draw or correct, and you're just going to draw your own margin, which is what we're going to do here. Okay, and then from here, you can go in, and if you want to make any adjustments, you can. You can zoom up or zoom in really close and adjust any of these to your liking. You can add more little nodes too. If I left click, you can add an additional. This may not look perfect to you. That's not what this video is about. It's more about the workflow in general. But adjust the margin, get it to exactly where you want, and you're going to select next. Okay, so this takes us to our path of insertion, which we want to double check and then reset it. So if I position this, you can kind of see this is currently off, which sometimes it is. So if I get this to the angle that I want and look at making sure we don't have any red undercuts here. So I'm going to continue to move this where I think I want to, maybe right about here or so, and then set current view as insertion axis. And you'll see how that adjusts. And then you just hit next. Continue to walk through the workflow through the wizard. That's going to give us our initial proposal, which we can then, of course, adjust. Now we can see in the upper left, here's all of our data sets. We've got our antagonist, our regular jaw scan, which is what we're designing on. But in addition to that, we have a pre-op scan. So when we took our scan with the iTero, we took a scan pre-prep and post-prep, and that's going to be very helpful for designing. So that's what we're going to do. So we can see here, this is our pre-prep tooth. So we can see our initial proposal looks like to be a little bit larger than the pre-prep tooth. So we can actually scale this down a little bit. And now we can begin to see our pre-prep tooth come into play. So we're just scaling that tooth to our liking from whichever direction we want. Okay, and then let's also now get rid of the pre-prep tooth just to visualize a little bit better. And maybe we want to scale it a little bit this way. Maybe we want to rotate the tooth a little bit further. All right. And then in addition to that, we have some more options, which I'll show you just a few. So this one is more of a bodily movement where I can move the whole tooth around. This one is going to be where I'm moving kind of larger sections of the tooth a little bit. Maybe I want to lower that entire cusp a bit further, or maybe raise the whole mesial aspect up a little bit further as well. And then again, there's lots of other tools to choose from. I'm not going to go through everything. I just want to show you an overview of the entire workflow and what it looks like. We do have a tooth library too, and there's a bunch of different characteristics you can choose from. If I wanted to change it, you can, and that gives us this particular design, which again, you can then go back in and then make adjustments to your liking. Okay. So let's say this is what we like. Again, compare it to our pre-prep, but let's pretend this is exactly what we want. This is exactly what we want to design. We probably would adjust things a little bit further, but you get the picture. So from here we select next, and this last step is going to adapt everything to our margin. And now we can add some finishing touches to our design. We're going to get rid of our antagonist, and let's get rid of our jaw scan, and we can add or remove some data. We're going to use this tool instead, and we'll get rid of this from our occlusion, maybe smooth this out a little bit further if we really wanted to, And we can look at our contacts here too. And we're going to change it to this brush tool. And let's also change the size and the strength a little bit. And we're just going to, we really want this to be closer to uniform contacts here and light blue. And that's really it. From there, we're hitting next and you're ready to export. All you're going to do is right click, save to file. I can export that crown to a shared folder on my network. From there, just take it to my mill or my 3D printer and you're good to go. Okay, now we're going to do a night guard or bite splint. Again, this is going to be a high-level overview of the software. So what it first wants us to do is a segmentation of the teeth. You can see here in orange, it wants us to select tooth 18, but also tells us to skip 17 and 32 because the scan does not have those teeth. So I can select number 17 and then skip, and then number 32 and skip. Now it wants me to segment number 18, so I'm going to go around the arch and do a single click, and so on. So now we have all those selected and we're going to hit next. So now we can see the path of insertion, which is calculated automatically. This is also where you can create any blockouts that are needed. So I'm going to select next, and this takes us to where we can design the actual night guard. You can see the line where the segmentation detected the margins automatically. And if you wanted to create the design based on those, you can just select detect margin. And that's going to build our night guard. Now there are many more tools built into the software for customizing these night guards. Like I said before, I'm really just giving you a high-level overview of the workflow and some of the software tools. But if you want to make the night guard much more clinical versus just a basic flat plane night guard, you'll have that opportunity as well. Now, generally speaking, you should be taking your bite records out of occlusion, using a leaf gauge, or putting them into CR or whatever you need for that specific case. You'll notice on this case where the bite was in occlusion, the night guard has way too much intrusion coming from the opposing arch, so you can see that there. So what you can do in this software is use a virtual articulator to open the bite and then have the night guard design based on that. I'm going to show you that real quickly. So when I get to this stage of the workflow, I can click on expert mode and then select tools, and the articulator button will populate. I can now move my model and align everything up. Once it's aligned, I can select OK, and then as soon as it processes, I can begin to open up the bite. And right here you can see just how much you want to open that bite. So let's go ahead and move it to 3 millimeters, for example, and you can see how that affects the bite right there. You can then select the Start Articulator Movement Simulation, then select OK. And now go back to the wizard and you can see how opening that bite really affects the occlusion. And just like the crown, you can see you can add or remove more material, smooth and flatten, change the strength and the size. And we can see here, let's just flatten this a little bit or smooth it a little bit. And you can kind of see how that affects the actual night guard itself, making it a little bit smoother and flatter, depending on the particular patient and what you want for that patient. So I really hope this was helpful and you saw the power of what you can do with a fully integrated iTero and Design Suite solution for in-house fabrication. And definitely reach out with any questions and we'll see you soon.